We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello Romans, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Red Embrace Hollywood. We're here talking to Marcus and we're going to ask about his own morals. Because I'm sure his morals won't align up to Golgotha maybe. Or yeah, Golgotha. Quite simple, do as one pleases and do unto others as they've done unto you. Treasure and protect those who bring you delight, but love and hate carefully, for those passions lose their meaning when tossed forth without care. But there is one thing I would never ever abide: the abuse of innocence. Children and the childlike, and pets who are children in their own ways. There's a difference between the strong ruling the weak, and the strong abusing those who cannot defend themselves. That is not strength, for there's nothing noble about exercising power on the defenseless. Such abusers are simply weak themselves, perpetuating a cycle they too endured. But I believe they should be discarded to build a stronger society. Oh, okay. He ended with the note of bitterness in his voice, staring at the carpet. Well, I believe in what he says. It's really, like, strong. A strong viewpoint. And I think well, I can't say everyone will agree, but are you allied with any of the leaders? Have you already forgotten my advice, sister? A smart man doesn't hitch a ride. Wills break down, but the will to keep walking, never. But you work for Charisse, don't you? I thought it was hard to be completely neutral here, so you double cross everyone. I thought it was hard to be completely neutral here. Oh, it is indeed, but I am no mere bystander. Marcus clicked his tongue, quirking a brow at me. The truth of the matter is, I contribute to every side, and I assist none. Like all supposedly philanthropic causes, they hold no meaning for me. Once upon a time, I pretended to care, as most people do, but no longer. His gaze drifted idly away, as if the subject had somehow lost his interest. About something else? Oh shit, about someone else, I guess? What do you think of Heath? Ooh! He's a lost boy if I have ever seen one. A circular block that can't fit in a square slot. And a star child who doesn't understand our world. Alas, self-loathing is just another form of narcissism. Perhaps even the most severe form. Absorbed in self-pity, misery, your thoughts always focus on your own depression. That's why his use of drugs is constant, though most of them aren't narcotics of the bloodstream, for drugs come in many forms. Television, movies, video games, food, sleep, celebrities, music. Sometimes even other people. What about Randall? He's emerging from a cocoon, struggling to free himself. Oh, so he's a butterfly? Some nights I don't know which holds more terrifying potential, Randall or his followers. Each one may be but a gentle lamb, full of kind intentions and innocent desires for safety, for freedom. A person is intelligent and wise, but people so easily become a pack of animals, a hive mind, feeding off each other's fear and hatred for the enemy. That's all I can ever say. Review on Charisse. I've always had an unusual fondness for the Red Queen. She possesses both the kindest and the cruelest heart of any vampire in Hollywood. Her protective desires clash with visions of a utopia. Though she longs to fix the broken and wounded, all she knows how to do is destroy. I will always admire the beauty of her vulnerable soul. Oh. Very well. We'll see each other again soon, I'm sure. Maybe. I don't know. I got enough information out of you, I guess. Leaving Marcus's shop, I returned to the dark streets. Oh, I can keep going. Can I keep going to eventually to go to Heath? Visit the beach house? Randall, I'm here. I had my driver take me back to the beach, deciding to stop by Randall's place. Okay. This is interesting. Nice t-shirt and socks. Randall's directions had been vague, but I felt a strong scent of Mavar to a house by the shore. The door was already unlocked, so I let myself in. Are you sure? I shouldn't knock. Oh, it's a bunch of people. Okay, he's not alone. Inside, a diverse blend of vampires filled the open space, chatting, laughing over drinks. I noticed Randall in one corner surrounded by a group, but when our eyes met, he gave me a friendly wave. Talk to Randall, mingle with other Mavar. Mingle? Can I mingle a bit and then talk to him? I I began drifting between the clusters of Mavar, looking for a conversation to step into. Nobody seemed to know what to make of me, and most of the looks I got were confused, curious, or downright suspicious. For my first impression on them, I decided to act neutral and curious, cool and collected, warm and friendly. Well, there's no seductive personality here, so my alternate me can't pick that choice. I guess I'll be, well, I mean, they're curious about me. I'm curious about them. Let's just be neutral and curious. Rather than coming off too strong, I stay fairly mild in my responses, mostly asking them Mavar questions about themselves. As the night went on, their wariness around me didn't exactly fade away, but some of them started opening up, including me, little by little in the discussions. By the time I'd spoken with the most of the vampires who seemed willing to chat, I felt like I knew the clan a little better. They were about as diverse a group as any I'd ever seen, and beyond their shared house, there was one thing that united them: their respect for Randall. All of the Mavar obviously admired him, and I heard stories about how he helped so-and-so's brother, or inspired somebody to ditch their evil boss and become a free spirit. Some of their tales seemed too heroic and exaggerated to be true, but the Mavar obviously believed them, and it seemed like that belief gave them all confidence. Well, time to talk to Randall. I didn't want to be like too overly kind or too overly cocky, so I chose to be neutral. As I approached Randall and his group, he murmured something quickly to them, then slipped out of the circle. Hey man, it's so nice to see you. Hey Michiko, glad you can make it out. This is your first time here, right? How are you liking it so far? It's not what I normally associate with vampires, but it's interesting. I feel sort of nervous around all these people. I just came to talk to you, really. I'm kind of nervous around people. Not gonna lie. Nah, that's normal, especially when you're a newbie. You don't really know anyone yet. Just hang out with people. Show them you're a cool girl. Don't go making any your mama jokes, and I'm sure you're gonna be fine. But I love my mama jokes. He let out a snort of laughter, shaking his head. Jesus. Does he say that to everybody? If you didn't choose the mama jokes that I chose in the beginning? Well, now that you're here, you've got any questions about me or the vamp life? There's no sucking blood for dummies guide out there or anything, but hey, maybe I can help you out somehow. About yourself, first of all. Could you tell me about the Mavar? Well, we probably have some kind of deep, complicated history that I don't know jack shit about. Nice! We do get around, though. Medieval factions, secret societies, fighting rings, mafia gangs. A lot of what you've read about in textbooks probably had Mavar involved somewhere. He shrugged, his gaze brief, drifting around the living room. As society changes, so do we. So do all vampires. The big difference between us and the rest is, well, beyond enhanced senses and strength and shit, that we're usually always part of a group. Lone Mavar, they're pretty rare. Couldn't really tell you why. Instinct, I guess. A need to be... Sorry, hiccup. Or belch, whatever. You need to be part of something bigger. Sorry, kid, that's about all I got. How do you cope with being a vampire? Cope? You make it sound like it's a shitty life. Ever since I became a vampire, I've never looked back. Best thing that ever happened to me. So I don't cope. I try to enjoy every night. Do you think there is an ideal ruling system for vampires? Yeah, where everybody rules themselves. Of course, you're gonna have shitty people doing shitty things, but if they step on someone's toes and there's no law against delivering justice, things work out. We're vampires. We've all got ways to survive. Somebody can't handle the night. That's not my problem. That's a pretty harsh outlook, but it could work. You're right. Our society doesn't have to be like a human one. I mean, I still think you need some kind of law and order. Cause like, what if someone stole from somebody? What are you gonna do? Nothing? Just take it? Like, what? Hey, it works for animals, and we're just animals with bigger brains. Well, some of us have bigger brains. Just because there are more people kept alive doesn't mean it's a better society, just a bigger one. Randall shrugged, grimacing briefly. Why do you live on the beach? Isn't it sunny? He's not gonna like me at all, because I did not agree with that statement. It's not as bad as you think, actually. I mean, you're not gonna catch me getting a tan or anything, and I've got some good shades in my room. But I like being near the beach. It's big, and it doesn't give a fuck. How can you get more inspiring than that? Well, what about, like, hurricane season or something? Well, wait, it's California. Well, I don't know. No, but seriously, more seriously, this place is far enough from Hollywood and downtown LA that the Ascari don't really fuck with us. Except me, because I'm here. I would plan to be able to hang out anywhere in the city, but hey, better to reign in hell than rule in heaven, right? Not that I'd call Hollywood heaven, though. Alright, well, about someone else? What do you think about Marcus? I haven't known him that long, but I've always looked up to the guy. He just doesn't give a fuck. Well, I guess he sells fucks at his shop, but that's a different story. He's helped me out before too. I never really know why he does a lot of the shit he does, but I don't know. I just like having him around. Will he ever join the rebel side, you think? Do you know how old he is? Do you know how old he is? Huh, you know, he never told me. I figured he'd be a few hundred years old, maybe more, but it's pretty hard to pin him down. Let me know if you ever figure it out. You and Heath. He's everything I hate, wrapped up in one baby-faced little bitch. Why does everybody hate Heath? Weak, can't think for himself, drools over his leader, does everything she asks. You know, these days, I rarely even see him as a person. Wow. Do you really hate Charisse that much? I hate what she stands for, the fact that she thinks her leadership is the only thing keeping LA's Cohen from eating itself alive. It pisses me off that she acts like vampires have to be protected from themselves, because she just doesn't understand that we're not human anymore. Queen bitch herself? No, I don't hate her. But I sure as fuck won't be going golfing with her anytime soon, you can count on that. Alright, well that's about it. Huh, okay. I'm gonna go back to the group then, but you take care of yourself, Michiko. It's a scary world out there sometimes. Oh, he's real sweet. With a faint chuckle, Randall nodded at me once, then turned to rejoin the conversation he left earlier. Well, time to leave. Oh, nice! I didn't even notice the band posters he had. Nice. Slipping out of the beach house, I made my way back across the sand. Let's go see Heath. Who else is there? Let's go. Heath! Save Heath for last. Deciding to pay Saturnalia a visit, I hopped in a taxi to drive downtown. I appreciate that you can actually just visit all three of them instead of like choosing one and then you're just fucked. A warm, nostalgic atmosphere welcomed me back inside the bar. I glanced around at the night's patrons and noticed two interesting groups standing in different spots. A cluster of younger-looking vampires by the bar, giggling and restlessly shifting in their seats, and some reserved, well-dressed Ascari murmuring in a quiet corner, looking like they didn't want to be disturbed. But there was no sign of Heath, even behind the bar. Maybe he'd taken the night off. Well, fuck! Approach the younger group is my only option, so... Hi, young vampires. Curious, I started wandering towards a young group of vampires nearby. As I got close, I realized they were whispering and pointing at a man further down the bar. He was huddled off by himself, shifting uncomfortably as he nursed his drink. Hey, are you Michiko? One of the vampires suddenly reached out to tap my arm, offering me a hopeful grin. Could you introduce us, please? What? What are you talking about? She nodded towards the man who was slowly shrinking further away. Yeah, could you, please? Ooh! We're from San Fran, but we've heard so much about him, and we know you're friends. This is really a small community, if you guys know me and I don't know you. We did our research. How? Two other vampires chimed in eagerly. I've never seen him before in my life. Sure, I'd be happy to. I'd rather not, actually. I don't even know who they're talking about. Why are you acting like you don't know? I think she's just testing or something. Come on, let's go over. The vampire who tapped my arm now started to pull me impatiently towards the man. Do I... Who are you? Who are you? Are you Heath in disguise as a glamour? Why? Why would you do that? When we stepped up beside him, the man reluctantly turned to face me. Please, I think there's been a... Oh my god, he's talking to us! Marcus is talking to us! I think I'm gonna faint. You think that's Marcus? The moment he opened his mouth, two of the vampires let out excited squeals. Yes, I am Marcus, but it's spelled with a C, not a... Can I have your autograph, please? Who is this handsome guy, though? I mean, he said he's Marcus, but with a C. How do you know Michiko? Do you sire her? Actually, we don't even... Is Michiko the only one who can melt your icy exterior? Why do you keep pretending you're not Marcus? We know who you are. Before I knew it, we were surrounded by the chattering group. They seemed completely convinced that this man, Marcus, was actually Marcus. Marcus threw me a plaintive look, all but willing. Please help me with his eyes. This is Marcus, not Marcus, you fools! Oh, I want to choose that option. Do I have time? No, I gotta just save it right here. But anyway, this is where we're gonna save today's episode. This is another handsome candidate that we cannot date. They put too many handsome guys in here that you can't date, because David himself is quite handsome. But I think he's just lusting for that high adrenaline again from us biting him. Which is weird, because why did he not forget? Don't know. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
touch it,